Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Lydia Oluwaseyi, the lead at Futapreneurs. You've seen me over and over again, and if this is your first time watching this spotlight, you're welcome. And what do we do on the spotlight? We bring in alumnus of this same school who are entrepreneurs to ask them about how they did it and what they are doing presently and how it has been, and we learn from them. And in today's spotlight, we have an amazing serial entrepreneur, the one you know. Yes. Unless if you don't know him, I don't know what you have been doing. All right. So I will just leave him to introduce himself, and then we get into it. So please introduce yourself.
Okay, hi. My name is Babalola.
Okay.
Many people call me Babs, but yeah, my name is Babalola. I think this is the first time someone is introducing me as an alumnus of this school.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, I'm a graduate of Futa, computer science.
Okay.
And what I do currently, I'm more into marketing, but when I'm not doing marketing for brands and businesses, I run businesses of my own. Yeah, so I run a restaurant, Las Pag. I run an ice cream brand. I'm into logistics and a little bit into real estate. So yeah, I try my best for a living.
So, you know when someone introduces themselves and you're like, where do I even start?
I beg you.
So when I said he's a serial entrepreneur, you'd be like, okay, what does it do? We only know him with Las Pag, or we only know him with ice cream. There are a lot of things that Babs does, and I got to know Babs from Las Pag. But there's ice cream, there's Wonder, there's he said logistics. He forgot real estate.
I actually mentioned real estate.
Okay, he has a whole lot of things, and
is that why we are here?
Yes, that's why I need to let them know. I need to so that they can listen properly. And in which every other person or most people have different skills. You have businesses.
I try my best.
Like people can just say, I have. From me now, I can't say I have. I'm a photographer, I'm a graphic designer. They're not businesses. But this man here has businesses. So we are going to be tapping from him today. I'm going to be asking him some things while he was a student, how he did this while on campus, how it is going now, and his advice for us. So I'm just going to get right into the discussion.
Okay.
Yes. So I have a list of tailored questions here. But me, myself, and I know that we are not going to use that question. So I'm going to switch over my phone.
Okay.
All right. So I'm looking at you. Okay, so my first question would actually be that while you were in school, like I said, most of these businesses that you listed, you did them while you were still a student, right? You started most of them while you were a student. So, and the funny part about it is these businesses are not in the same industry.
Yeah.
Food industry, real estate, real estate.
Yeah.
Then we have the transport, travel.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot, and I just need to ask, how did you, in the midst of going into all these things, what's that one thing that pulls everything together? Like, how do you still stay normal? Because
who told you I'm normal?
I mean, how do you still stay sane? Like, still being able to carry everything and all of that.
So, if I would answer that question, I think one thing that pulls everything together really is entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Yeah, so I understand that many people, their introduction to entrepreneurship is, oh, I know how to do this thing, so let me start a business out of it. An example, say you're a fashion designer, and you're very good at it, then you feel like, okay, let me get into the business side of it. So one way or the other, you find yourself doing entrepreneurship, But I think for me, it was a different story because I studied entrepreneurship, I studied marketing, I studied business, I studied sales. And at some point I figured, okay, all of this knowledge that I have, they're theoretical. Let me try and bring it into, real life. So that was why I started business. So if I decide to go into a new field today, say maybe fashion, it is just really me bringing the little knowledge I have from being an entrepreneur into that field. So I feel like that would answer the question of, okay, what connects everything together.
So what you just said actually reminded me of a conversation I was having with someone, and the person mentioned this man, KFC, the fact that he would introduce himself as being into real estate and not into food business. And that actually brings me back to your story. So it is majorly most of the things you do are not because you want to go into that
Yeah,
industry.
I did not like cooking when I started last fall.
Okay.
Right, but it was more like, oh, this is a business. I saw it more as a business than being a chef. So when people say, oh, you're a chef, so I don't see myself as a chef. Yeah. So it's more like, okay, I saw that there was potential in the food markets. I said, okay, fine, why not just create a business out of it? So that has been my drive for most of the things I do. So it's not really like a particular passion for cooking or for travel or for logistics and all of that. It's really
it's not majorly about passion for a particular thing, but is there anything in all these things that you're actually passionate about?
I'm passionate about entrepreneurship. So I think that's the drive I have towards being in business really. I mean, I graduated from computer science here, so the ideal thing to do is learn to code or being a product manager and that. So it's very rare for you to see, especially some of my friends that we graduated together. I think it would be very rare for you to see in anyone of them that is in this kind of line that I'm in. They are always like tech bros, software engineers and all of that. So I just went completely off because my drive really was, I loved entrepreneurship and that was really it.
What you just said now reminded me of a time because I used to stalk you. I mean, you stalk people that you look up to, kind of. I'm so sorry, it's an LD one, right? So there was a time that you added computer scientist to your bio.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so we saw that. But then
you pussy okay.
But then now you were saying that you went off course, which means I don't even see all your introduction. I can't even add tech to it.
Well,
we don't see that part yet.
So the thing is, it is not something I detached from my journey. Yeah, because for a fact I studied computer science and I was in this school for 6 years. Right, so of course it should mean something. So I focused more on project management. And at a point, many people do not know this part of my story, but at a point I used to design. I used to do graphic designing at some point, I think 2019. So
I think I've seen one of those flyers before.
But
we won't talk about it. We won't talk about it.
So I used to design. Then now I'm focusing. I base more on marketing. So both for brands and businesses and even tech firms. So I'm into the marketing part of. I mean, when people hear tech, it's usually you code and all of that. But then I'm looking at the marketing side
aspect of it. But while being a student, how were you able to balance being a computer scientist with your series of businesses?
I think the problem is looking for a balance, to be honest. And it makes sense for you to realize that if you decide, being a student alone, it's supposed to be a full-time job. Yeah, you are asked to come to school to come and study. It's supposed to be, this is everything you're supposed to be doing. So when you understand that, I want to do extra, maybe I want to start selling perfumes, if that is what you decide to do, understand that you are trying to divide that time across, all of these things, or between all of these things. So it makes sense for you to understand that the fact that you decided to take up an extra curricular activity into it means you have to commit extra. So when people say, how do you find a perfect balance between business and work? I don't see it as a hurdle or a struggle because for a fact, this is what you signed up for. Don't just go into it at all if you know it's going to be a problem, right? So this is what you signed up for. So it's just like how, and I keep asking people this question, if you have a problem with balancing school and say business, now what happens when you leave school and get into the real life and you have to juggle a lot of other things? So this is really just the incubation period for most of us, or for all of us rather. So I don't advise people to start looking for a balance now. Just take it as it comes. Try and be exceptional at every. I studied computer science. It's a very demanding course in this school. I don't know about that school, but it's a very demanding course. And I graduated though. I think one bragging right I have when I talk to my friends is I was able to graduate from this school without having a carryover, despite the fact that I was very busy. most of the times, especially when I just started last fall, I was closing from store 11:30 every day.
I think I know that part.
I had classes most of our classes start 7 the next day. So best believe that by 6 I had to be up and start preparing for class. So that was really my life. And I welcome it because my sign off for So that's really I don't really advise people to chase balance. Just take it as it comes.
Take it as it comes. Take it as it comes. I'm actually really curious about what you started with. In all of this, what did you start with?
Just like I mentioned earlier, I used to design. But if I would want, so design was, I've had a very should I say winding journey or a winding story, and I still think I've not even started yet, which is very crazy. But I've had to like do a lot of things over the past years, and I know there's a time when I was really designing and I was pushing. I thought I was going to like make a living off graphic designing, and it just took a little bit of okay, what am I really doing with graphic design to say okay, maybe this should just sit at the side. So there was a time I sold jewelries, I've sold phones, I've sold clothes, I've sold sneakers. I've sold sneakers. I've sold. I've done Ponzi schemes, all these racks daily, and all of that. So it's really been. I've done crypto. I've been
Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, I mean, you know what Ponzi schemes are, yeah? For the record, Ponzi schemes are...
Wait, you still want to explain?
Let me explain.
You're not scared.
If you're very active online then, say 2018, 2019, there were some of these news platforms that would come and say, oh, if you read news for so, you get paid this money. Or if you refer so person, you get. So that was what we call Ponzi schemes. I mean, you will not know you entered it, but then you just put your money.
So I was like, why are you not scared?
That's what we called it then. So we did a little bit of all those Ponzi schemes and racks daily, gift award, all of that. So I've had like a very, I've done tutorials. I've done tutorials for A-level students. Crazy thing, 2020, I think it's one of the, I don't think I've mentioned this anywhere before, but there was a time, 2020, when, of course, we were at home. I think I was in 200 level then. So we're at home, COVID and all of that, but I wanted to be busy. And I started running online tutorials for A-level students, because I did A-level myself. So it was still fresh, summer. So I was running online tutorials for A-level students, but while I was still doing that, I was still running physical tutorials for a JAM student and one man. Interestingly, this man was doing his master's then.
And you were it?
Yeah. So, but then he did not know statistics, but I knew to an extent. So what I would do is, every time I have to go take this man, I would study the topic I have to go take him, probably spend nights on it before going to teach him. So it was very crazy. I think that's one of the most craziest things I've done for money. Yeah, so I've had a very, winding story. So, but if I would want to trace it back to where I really started my life with, in business, I really think it would be graphic design.
But
that was it.
The major thing now is most of us are an entrepreneur, like serial entrepreneurs like you and Wagba, that they are trying to do a lot of things together. The one issue that we tend to have is we don't know when to drop one thing for the other. So in the midst of you evolving through graphic design, selling shoes, I can't imagine Babs selling shoes right now. Like, I can't imagine the Babs.
It's not that bad, trust me.
I'm not saying it's bad, because there are times where like, I feel like for you, what I've seen from a distance is someone who goes for excellence. So even if you sell the smallest thing, they trust that there will be a level of excellence to it. So I can't really like say that it was not good, but I can't introduce you as that. I can't like picture it. So how are you able to like evolve and say, okay, no, we need to stop graphic designing now. Perf or shoes are not working right now. How are you able? What made that decision easy or maybe not easy?
Now that I think about it, I honestly do not know.
Okay.
But just like I said, I think life comes in phases, really. And I think it's also important for you to have the spirit of discerning, like knowing, okay, this is what I want to do at this point in my life. And I also think it comes with growth too, to be honest. For instance, I mean, at the time when I was probably doing design, then we were probably charging maybe 2,000, 3,000 for mock-ups then, right?
And you're charging well, then, like how many years back?
Trust me, that 2,000 that you're charging for mock-ups, you will do logo. You do logo then. So, I mean, then it was not a lot of money, but it was cool money to pass time. So, but then obviously when you grow out of that phase and you're probably not, you feel like, oh, you can do more for yourself, doing other things, and it's only wise for you to drop, because people would stress you and you don't want to get stressed over things that don't pay you well enough. So I think it also comes with you just being you paying attention to yourself and how you progress, really.
Was there any business you started that everybody knew you with and you had to drop? Like everybody already knew that this Babs is for this, and then people are expecting like a lot from you, and you just personally take a decision to say no, this is not going to work.
I don't know how to answer that question.
Okay.
But of course, there was a time. Trust me, every point where I've told you that I sold this, I sold that, people knew me for it.
Okay.
So it was not like I was doing it low key. For example, when I used to sell sneakers, if you need sneakers, then you come to ask me, like you come to meet me, because I was very vocal about that part of my life. Yeah. So when I dropped it too, I don't think I had to make like an announcement. It's like, I'm not doing this. I just dropped it. I just dropped it. So, but then of course, over my time of running businesses rather, I've had instances where I just decided to say, okay, this is not really working well for me, and I just dropped it. So, yeah.
That's really nice. I want us to like play a would you rather. It's not like
okay.
Don't worry, it's not a game. It's not like a game. It's not like a game kind of.
You're explaining too much. That means there's something fishy about it. No,
okay, it's still serious.
Sure.
So, would you rather fail a business now, like start a business and fail it now, or start a business in the next 5 years and like just not fail and succeed at it?
I think I would rather start and fail now.
Okay.
Yeah. Do I have to explain why?
Yeah, I was about to actually explain so that I would know why.
Okay. So I think the answer for me would be experience.
Okay.
Right? Because it's always best for you to learn early. Yeah. I was having this conversation with a friend of mine, and we were talking about how as far back as 2020, 2021, we were seeing a lot of money. Okay. Yeah, and we've also lost a lot of money. And the conclusion was it was important for us to see this money and lose this money then, so that when we get to that point and see more money, we know how to handle it better. So of course, if I had to start a business now and fail and progressively get better at it, then I think I would want to choose that, because of course it just adds to your wealth of experience as a person and as a businessman. So.
Okay. Nice. The other one I would like to ask is, would you rather, I need to answer this one based on how much experience you've had, how you started, and what actually worked.
Okay.
Would you rather have a team of 10 people or have a team of just you and one other person for your businesses? I'm asking this because most times we tend to consider if I have more team and then I have less resources. I'm saying this from experience. At the point when I started my own business, what I did was, it was a mistake majorly. I only had you only had one resource to produce my product, but I had 10 people working. So they are just all there, everything is littered, and then there's no effectiveness and all of that. So, but in your own aspect, in the things that you've been involved in, would you rather go with a large group of team, or you would rather do it yourself so that you'd be more effective?
So I don't think it's about the quantity.
Okay.
I think it's more about the quality of people you have. So while I am of the opinion that don't micromanage and get quality hands to assist you, so that you focus more on what is important. Yeah. I also feel that you should not just bring people in for the sake of bringing people in. Yeah, so they have to be useful. I mean, I think it's wise for you to have 5 effective team members than having 10 and they are just there, they don't know what they are doing. So from experience, I would say it's not a numbers game. It's more like, okay, what are they really doing? And if that answers the question positively, then why not get more people?
Okay. So. Thank you so much for that answer. I'm trying to see if I should ask this first or not, but there's a part of these that I remembered, mastermind community. Okay. Yes. So you started mastermind community for entrepreneurs, right?
Sure.
And I would want to ask, because this is for a student community, Futapreneurs, how do people actually connect? I have friends who like Ajiben and all of that mention. There are times that they mention
shout out to Ajiben.
Yeah, shout out to Ajiben. So I would not want to blow your trumpet or anything. But he mentioned at the time that Mastermind was one of the communities that actually built him up and all of that. So, but the issue is students nowadays don't really know how to make the most of community to do the things they're doing. So I need you to tell them how to actually go about it, how community can actually help them to grow more in anything that they are doing.
Very, very interesting question. I think it would not have been possible for us to have this conversation today without talking about Mastermind.
Exactly.
Yeah, because one of the reasons why I started Mastermind really was not really because of myself, because I felt, If I could help one person get better, then this one person could effectively go on to help
another person.
And that was really the change for me. What we've been able to do with masterminds, if tomorrow I decide to say, oh, we are not going to be having masterminds as a community again, I feel like I'm proud of the little we've been able to achieve or accomplish the mastermind, because I've seen people go on to, I've seen people get better. Yeah, and that was really it. When I came into Futa, I really did not meet any community, like any student community that was doing what I wanted to be a part of. Yeah, I mean, I saw some, I'm not taking it out of them, but then they were distractions, more like I saw them more as distractions. So I decided, okay, fine, why not have a community where people can actually come? You're an entrepreneur, you're a tech person, you're an intending entrepreneur or an intending tech person, and just be a part of conversations that would help you get better. And just, sometimes it really just takes you being in a room where people are doing well for you to just feel like, what am I doing myself? And, take charge of your life here. So that's what we've been able to do with masterminds. And I think if there's any student today that is presented with such opportunity and they are being lukewarm about it, then I think they have to do better. Let me just put it that way. Because what communities do for you is, you can't really phantom it. To be honest, we've had instances where people come to our community and, okay, what do you do? Just from bare conversations, they've gone on to become business partners. Just from bare conversations, they've gone on to have people who would go on to mentor them in their particular field. And that's really the goal of being in a community. Yeah, so just like what you are doing with Futapreneurs. I've seen people come out of masterminds who are also like heading or leading their own communities. And that's really the joy that I have from doing masterminds. So I can say, okay, look at so person running this community. She was one of our she is one of our members.
My products, guys.
Yeah. So that's really, and you'll be surprised that a member of your community today would also, give them time, 2-3 years. They are also having so it's more like the chain, and that is what we do with communities. So just like you asked, if there's anyone that presented this opportunity, please lock in. I wish during my developmental phase, I'm still developing anyways, I wish during my early days, I had the opportunity of being in a very, very active community. So yeah, why not just join it now that you have the chance?
But I would also need to ask, community. There are lots of communities around, and as Futapreneurs stands as one, we might find ourselves in a lot of communities. But then, is there something, or as you mentioned something about the fact that when you were in school, you couldn't find a community that does what you want to do or what you want to be involved in with. So I would like to ask, what were those things, or what were those things that pushed you, or what were those things you wanted?
Okay, so I've had some values that were very important for me, and I still are. And as far back as even before I wrote JAM, and some of these things till today, I still hold on to them. So my coming into Futa, I really wanted to, grow myself into these values. For instance, I always loved public speaking. So it only made sense for me to be a part of a society, a community, or in a space where people know how to do this. So I learn and get better at it. I've always loved business. I've always loved entrepreneurship. I've loved marketing. I've loved conversations around mindsets. I've loved networking. But I came into school and I really was just not seeing, I was not seeing it in a particular place. Of course they were, but they were scattered, and I just felt, if I decide to stay here, distractions. So that was what I meant by, okay, there were distractions along the line. So I genuinely feel like some of these values I had, I wanted to groom them, I wanted to get better at them, but I was really just not seeing them around. So I had to commit myself to learning, which is very stressful. I had to commit myself to learning, and when I saw that, okay, I knew a little, I knew just enough for myself, I said, okay, fine, why not just put the other person on?
True. That's really, really amazing, actually. That's really amazing. But in the midst of all of this, in the midst of all the businesses that you've actually been into, I would not want to believe that the journey was smooth. But do you remember one mistake that you made that might also resonate with the students, that they might likely make in the early part of trying to juggle a lot of things, or even one thing? Most of us are doing one thing and we are still making mistakes. So would you go back to what mistakes that you've made that you think others should not make?
Omo. Okay, this is how I know to answer this question best. One mistake I know most people or most young persons that are really just starting out would end up making is trying to achieve everything by themselves and not understanding the importance of partnership and collaboration.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's always this ideology that people have that, oh, I want to be self-made. You see them say things like, or if not for God, you see, they put that God as a way to say, okay, so I'm not saying that. So they say, if not for God and myself and YouTube, yada, 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 I would not have gotten to this place. So people want to pride themselves in the idea that, oh, I'm
self-made.
I put myself to this for myself. And when you look at it, there's really no nobility in it. You are just suffering yourself. Yeah, and I think I realized this very early. So I was very happy to be a student. I was happy to learn from people. Yeah, so if you are caught in, or if you find yourself in this particular loophole, don't be that guy. I mean, reach out. There's so much more you can do when you have like more minds and more hands to do work with you.
Yeah.
So collaborate, partner up with people. Don't get lost in the whole. There's no nobility there. I mean, there's this definition I have about experience being the best teacher. Okay. But most times it is better for you not to learn from your own personal experience. And that is the place of reaching out. That's the place of mentorship. That's the place of, reaching out to people that know better than you do. So I genuinely believe that most of us would do better and go further in our individual fields if we just partner and collaborate with people. So,
that's nice. So partner, collaborate, don't run away from that. It is one major importance that we should not neglect as students, as entrepreneurs majorly. So you started Wonder.
Sure.
This should be my second to the last question.
Okay.
Yes. You started Wonder and also at a point trying to wonder are you able to still, there's one thing to own a sport in Futa in school, and for other students they might have been wondering, how am I supposed to do this? Is my business old enough to get a spot and everything? I think I asked you that question one time, and I don't know if I should give them the response you gave me. Let me tell you the response you gave me. He said, unless the space is too inconvenient for what you're doing, don't move out. But for those that want to, maybe they're already inconvenient and all of that, what do you think is the first thing they should consider? That's the first one. Another thing, what should they consider before thinking of hiring somebody for their business?
Okay. So the first question is, at what point do you move out or move into a better space? I think of course we've had this conversation, and I don't think this happened last year. Was it last year conversation?
Yes, last year, yes.
Yeah. So I'm up for growth. I'm up for, taking that step forward, expansion, scaling, and all of that. But most people try to do it too early and without enough reason.
Okay.
Yeah. So the reason why we decided to move into an eating space for Last Bag was because it was not just because we wanted to do it for the what should I call it? For the beauty of the space, the beauty of the brand. It was more like people came around a lot, and we figured, rain was disturbing and all of that. I mean, when we started, we were very much okay with selling from our stand. But we saw rain. There are nights where as we are dropping our coolers, rain will start scatter everything. So we figured, okay, why not just get a small space where people can be, people would be more, what's the word now?
Convenient.
Yeah, convenient. That'll be convenient for people. Yeah. So many people decide to say, okay, fine. For example, I've had instances where if my friends or people I know, they start a fashion brand today, they've not sold 100 pieces, and the next thing they're looking at is, I want to open a store for it. So when you look at it, the business itself has not given you enough money to even sustain or to cover for what you spent during manufacture period. And you're really looking at, maybe you think when you have a working space, you sell more. It really does not work like that. So the logic has to be proper. So why are you moving out? If you can answer that question, why are you moving into a bigger space? If you can answer that question logically and you are true to yourself and it makes sense, then why not just do? I think the next question is
what do you think? What do you have to consider before you hire people, either students and then the part of either hiring your students or non-students as a student entrepreneur?
So hiring as a student,
yes,
should be your first question. right?
Like, how
Because
do you hire as a student?
as a student,
And also, should you hire students or
it depends
non-students?
really. It depends really. I don't have any bias for students or non-students, but because of the kind of business I started with here, when we started then, many people thought I was running the whole thing myself when I started. I did not. We had people that were working for us right from the very first day. So we had both students and non-students because we wanted to open from 9 a.m. till 10 p.m. at night. So we got non-students come from morning and they would leave by 6. Then students would come in and, probably from 6:30 to 10. So it made so much sense to me then because I saw it as, this is a means of, empowering people. And also we kept the business open for a very long time. Yeah. So it depends on the kind of business you're running, how you want to structure it. Then you answer the question about, am I hiring students? Am I hiring outsiders? But I mean, if I would advise, if you see outsider, hire. If you see students, hire. It's usually very difficult anyway, so yeah.
Okay. So I just need you to leave us with one advice for Futapreneurs. So this, you look at them sternly.
I don't get that.
Advise yourself.
Advise yourself.
But I will still need the advice actually. Okay. Like what should we do majorly? What should we do?
So what should I tailor this advice or what do you want me to advise you on?
I would need you to advise us on, as student entrepreneurs, trying to balance or trying to juggle through being a student
and the fact running. That you ran away from
I ran away from the balance because there's no balance. Priorities part-time, right? So how do you juggle between being a student and being an entrepreneur? Trying to grow your business and also trying not to fail in your academics. So can you just give us look at them?
Okay.
Yes.
Hello guys. So really, I genuinely think that the fact that you've decided to commit your time to being a student and still run a business or two, I think it's a very great thing, and many people don't understand how difficult it can be. To an extent, we also forget that entrepreneurship itself is supposed to be a course of study. That you study. But you are there balancing it or trying to juggle it with, school and, life generally. So it's a big thing you are doing. So I think the one advice I would have for you is always chase excellence. And I think that would help you get through times when it seems like I should just drop out. Because there are times that you feel like, you're already seeing money. I'm like, what am I even doing in this school? People have that question. But then if you have the opinion of the mindset that I must always start I must always finish what I've committed my time to starting, then it gets you through some of these things. So chase excellence, whether it's a school, whether it is business. So far you have it at the back of your head that everything I do, I must try to be excellent at it. It really helps to get through it. So that's my 2 cents.
One word, excellence. Strive for excellence in every single thing that you do. Thank you so much, Bab. This was really, really amazing to have you on this spotlight today. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I have a question for you. My question for you would be, where do you see Futapreneur? Where do you see it in the next 12 months?
Ask me a question. What should I say, guys? Okay. So I see Futapreneurs as more than a space where people come together. And in the next 12 months, I see us doing more physical events, trying to go for pitches. Right now, we're working on teaching people to actually pitch for their businesses and get grants and all of that. So we'll be bringing in everybody from every angle, pitching, tech, and all of that. So in the next 12 months, it's not about growth now. At the point, I was like, by the next 12 months, I would have answered, I would want us to have like 450 members in the community. But now, I know in the next 12 months, I would want to have 50 members. We are 127 now, right?
Crazy.
But I would want like 50 members who are basically like on top of their businesses in every single thing that they do. You go there, you're like, you're doing very well in your business.
Well,
do you belong to a community? Oh, yes, I'm a Futapreneur. So that's majorly the goal for now.
That's cool.
So, thank you. I've learned a lot from Babs, and I'm still learning.
I'm learning from
I'm still learning. So thank you so much, and thank you for joining us on today's Spotlight. We're looking forward to seeing you on the next one. I think you should guess who we're bringing next, though. Do you want to guess? So I'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you.